Hello, this is the video for SOR revision for the external exam coming up in a few weeks, and this is focused on Islam. So Islam is a religion that means submission to Allah. Allah is God. There is only one God. Muslims believe in a concept called Tawheed, which is the oneness of God, and there is one ultimate sin essentially, and that is shirk, and that is the denial of the oneness of God, or adding something to God. Islam is a religion that follows the examples of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the belief is that the angel Jibril recited the words that are now found in the Quran to Muhammad, and that this was the essentially Muhammad was the last prophet, and so everything that's contained within the Quran is the guiding principle for how a Muslim should live their life, and to devote their life to Allah is called the greater jihad. So jihad means to struggle. The greater jihad is to struggle to be a good Muslim. And what that means is to follow the laws and the tenets that are set down in the Quran and the teachings of Muhammad. The lesser jihad is to struggle against injustice, and that is one that's often mistranslated in modern media with regards to striving against the enemies of Islam, that sort of thing. Oh, my lights have gone off. All life in Islam is worship of Allah, and there is a concept of predestination, that Allah knows everything, and that a Muslim's life is mapped out. So part of a Muslim's life and responsibility is to follow the 5 pillars, to pay attention to the 5 pillars. These are the 5 tenets of faith. So you have Shahada, which is the creed. There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. This is the statement of faith. Then you have Salat, which is an expectation to pray 5 times a day, because all life is worship. And then you have Zakat, which I want to draw attention to, because this is about almsgiving. So one of the core principles of the faith is to give of your profit to the poor and needy into the community. I mean, so that tells you everything you need to know about a concept of human rights from a Muslim lens. The 4th of the 5 pillars is Sawm, which is fasting during the month of Ramadan, an act of worship, and the 5th of the 5 pillars is Hajj, which is pilgrimage that every Muslim is expected to do once a year. Once in their lifetime, but it happens once a year. Muslims have a linear worldview. All right, you're born, you live this life that is mapped out by Allah, and if you do it correctly, you will be rewarded in paradise. And your reward will come from your actions on earth. And that's where we get the concept, I guess, of human rights from when we're approaching this exam. So in the exam, you'll be given stimulus pieces, and often the stimulus piece will give you a teaching, or perhaps you'll get another one that gives you an action, or say a Muslim in this circumstance. And you'll be asked often to match up whether or not the teaching matches with the action, or what holy writ was the person following when they behaved in a certain way. So for example, in the Quran, chapter 4, verse 135, there is an expectation upon Muslims to strive for justice. Islam, the Ummah, the brotherhood of Islam, is a community that is expected to strive for justice. And so there are expectations of how to act and how to live. Sharia law is Islamic law, and I've got a video. I'll try and do a link here. If that doesn't work, then I'm just weirdly pointing at my water bottle. And there are other bits and bobs in those videos that might be useful for your exam. Or you can comment below and ask me some questions, but only if you're a student asking about SOR. All right, I know what the internet's like. It's